right, we are well into summer. How does your garden look? How are your flowers doing? Are you watering regularly? Do you know how much you should water? Here with the answers from Dairy Dew, Justin Morgan is here. And it is a beautiful time of the year. We start to see progress on our pots and our plants and our yard, but we can also see that we've maybe done too much or too little, and you're here to tell us what to do.
That's right, yeah. So this is a new pot we're doing for demonstration here, and you can see in here it's a little bit more like light brown, right?
Yeah.
So
the soil.
The soil's light brown.
Yep.
And you know, when you hold it and ball it up, it doesn't really make a good ball. It crumbles apart.
Yeah.
And then it should really stick to your hand. A little bit here is a little moisture, but it's not enough to feed those roots what they're looking for as far as the moisture what we want.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna plant this one up and show people, but let's talk about the bottom of the pot first because there's some essential information down here.
Yeah, good point. So when you buy a container, if it doesn't have pre-drilled holes in there, make sure you get your husband to drill your holes, or maybe the
drill them yourself, girl.
Drill them yourself, girls. That's what I meant to say. Drill them in. Make sure that that water can go somewhere because you want to water it. But soil is just like outside in Mother Nature, outside in the gardens and stuff. It's supposed to take on water and then purge that water through.
Yes.
We don't want to have our container being filled up with water because that'll give them roots wet feet, and then they'll typically get high fungal problems or they'll just die out on us.
Yeah, and
so
as I've heard you say, they will talk to you and tell you. One of the ways I've heard is to know if it's time to water your pots, pick them up. Sometimes they're light as a feather.
Yes.
Not enough water in there.
Great indicator. Yeah, once you pick it up and your children can pick it up easily, then you know that you got to put some water in there.
And if you conversely, if you've done too much, what will happen with the leaves and what should we be watching for?
Yeah, once you get too much water in there, and I use my hands. I mean, it's really that kind of like there's an art and science, and this is more of the art beside it. So like this is one watered in fairly well. When you pick this up, you can see that's holding structure when I let it go.
Yes.
And if you're dripping or draining water out of that, that's way too much water.
Okay.
You squeeze it hard and you should have just a few drips coming out.
I might subscribe to the more is more school of watering. I might do a little too much. Okay, we are going to literally transplant a pot that maybe has made it partway through the season, and we're going to give it new life.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So what we want to do first, because these are organic products, this is a Flour Dew 201 and it's organic, we don't put any chemical things to help suck in the water.
Okay.
So this is all organic. So all I'm going to do is just water this in a little bit, and then we're going to mix it in and let it soak in. Because a lot of people, what will happen, you'll get it on the surface.
Yeah.
Once it gets on the surface, you're like, oh, the top's really wet. Well, once you dig down there, the soil's still dry.
Yes,
you see?
okay.
So it takes
mix
just
it in.
just a little bit of water in there.
There's something satisfying about this.
yeah, get out there and get dirty, right? You know?
Yeah, what the heck?
So so then you got good content there where you're getting that moisture that you're looking for. It's holding together. You're starting to make a ball.
I know. I can already feel the soil in this pot is nice and moist.
Yes.
So do your magic. What are you going to do? Pour it out of here?
Yeah, give it a, we'll see if we can help. Look at.
Okay.
So then you can see the bottom of this is a good indicator. We're starting to get some root bound in here. You see the bottom? Really big indicator. That was going to probably start giving us fits because in a lot of hanging baskets, they only got so much room to work in that plastic container.
Yes.
So then they start circling.
So this is going to be a new, fresh life, right?
That's right. And what we want to do is break apart them roots before we put it in.
Okay.
Yep.
See, I'm trying to get right to the business.
So
what
break
do you
them
mean?
apart.
This doesn't hurt them?
No, it does, but they're going to feel better. It hurts so good kind of feeling.
Okay,
right?
got it. So just kind of squeeze it up.
Squeeze it, and then you're going to make some lines on the side. So you'll break them roots up and then break these up. Because otherwise, when you put it in there, it's going to want to continue to, it's already got its path. And it's going to want to stay in that path.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So rough them up a little bit. It feels like you're hurting them,
yes.
but actually it's like going to a good chiropractor. It's like, oh, that hurts good, and then away they go.
Yeah, so we're going to add some more soil around that, right? But that's pretty. While you're doing that, I'm going to put in a couple more things because, I like oh, look at this, Justin. This is also really rooty.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
So
we'll break it apart, it's like rough but gentle kind of thing, right?
Rough but gentle. I'm going to find a little spot and put a little thriller in there if I can get to there's so much plant in this beautiful plant that it's hard to get to the middle of it, but I got it.
And they'll play well together. It feels like you're just really giving them the business.
I
do.
I feel together. Okay, good. Promise.
Depends
look
how
at
rough you are. It looks
I mean,
great.
look at what this does for a plant when you put that thriller in the middle, and then of course.
Yes.
spiller.
Yeah.
Got to have a little something spilling out.
So-
My family thinks I'm a lunatic, but
You're in good company with
I
Dairy
feel
Dough.
strong. Okay, good. Lunatics welcome. But look at that, how pretty that is, and that'll just grow and grow. We're going to put some soil around that. But
Yes.
okay, and then watch this baby. Water it. Test, feel the soil, get your hands in there. Gardening is not a clean sport.
No, and we like to, honestly, gardeners like to be dirty. Like if we
Yeah.
get through January, February, we get a little uneasy because our hands aren't dirty. So yeah, it's a good thing.
All right, get your hands out there, get them dirty. Enjoy your garden this summer, and you can find Dairy Dew at your local garden center for sure. You'll give your plants a healthy life.
That's right.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being here.